shake all their hands. Gracious, he's a precocious lad, isn't he?
Maggie, I'm here to represent my family, and I need to do it properly. For those of you who didn't hear, am Raymond Thatcher. You may have seen my home. It's a museum now, thanks to me and my heirs, of course. Rosemount Museum. It's a really beautiful place. You really should see it. I was 7 years old when we moved into the mansion, and this is Margaret Burns. She's my nanny.
Raymond, I can introduce myself. I am Miss Margaret Burns. My friends call me Maggie. I was born in Ireland, as you might have guessed. I came to Pueblo to follow my brother. He was working the railroad when John and Margaret Thatcher, his parents, hired me to be nanny to this little whippersnapper. Yes, I've been tending to him since he was hot and high. I've wiped his bare bottom.
Maggie, they don't need to hear about that. My goodness. Once I had grown and attended school, I'm a Yale man myself, Maggie became our housekeeper. We've been close our whole lives.
Aye, that's the truth. But they're here to learn about your father and his brothers. Now, those men, they were the cream of the crop. They were some of the finest men to walk this earth.
My father and his brothers came west in the 1860s. Father ended up in Denver working at a general store.
Now, while he was there, a man from Pueblo came all the way up to Denver to buy some goods. And he said to Mr. Thatcher, Pueblo needs a general store. Well, Mr. Thatcher thought, now that sounds like a good prospect. So he loaded 2 oxen with as many goods as they could carry, and he made the trip down to Pueblo. It took him 8 days.
Now, the story goes that he found a rude log structure on Santa Fe Street, set up 2 whiskey barrels with a plank over the top, and opened for business. He sold everything he'd brought with him so quickly, he knew he had made a good decision.
Well, soon enough, his 2 brothers had joined him here in Pueblo. Now, they were very wise businessmen, so they learned to diversify their interests. You name it, and they were involved in it. Smelting, mining, banking, agriculture, real estate. It was said that by the end of their lives, you could ride from Colorado to Mexico, and you could camp on Thatcher land each and every night. And it was true.
Uncle Malin was the first to build a mansion here in Pueblo. It was called Hillcrest, about twice the size of the mansion my mother and father eventually built. It even had a ballroom.
Well, his mother, Miss Margaret, she was really quite introverted. She wasn't interested in entertaining and hosting grand parties. No, she absolutely refused to move from the little tiny home that they all shared on Santa Fe and 9th. Sort of close to where the YWCA is now. Well, she just loved that little home. But finally, she conceded. 10 years after Uncle Raymond Thatcher built his mansion, they built theirs, kitty corner to it, Rosemount.
It was called Rosemount because my mother loved roses, and it was situated on a little hill outside of town. I was 7 when we moved there, and my dog Bruno and I, we would go explore and see all
yes, and they get into all sorts of scrapes. And track mud in the house and really keep us on our toes. It takes a lot of work to keep a grand house like Rosemount in order. Each day was assigned a different task. Mondays, laundry. Tuesdays, we ironed. Wednesdays, we baked the breads and the pastries. And then Thursdays, now that was the heavy cleaning day.
Maggie, I hardly think these people care about the silly cleaning schedule.
Oh, well, they just might.
Why don't you tell them about the love of my life?
Yes, the love of his life. Horses.
I never did marry, but I did do horse racing, and they were my true love.
Well, and he wasn't half bad at that. He was quite good with those horses. He won races all over this country.
Yes, we did very good.
Now, I stayed living with the family until I couldn't work anymore. And then I just bought a little house down the street. I wanted to stay close. Well, I'm buried directly across from the Thatchers in the Rosemount Cemetery. I stayed close to the family all my life, and in my death, I needed to watch over this little boy. He had a lot to live up to with his family.
My father and his brothers helped create a thriving community from almost nothing. When Alva Adams, the governor at the time, spoke of them after their deaths, he said, "As young men, the Thatcher brothers had the splendid dream for the ultimate destiny of this new land, and they lived to see that dream come true. For 50 years, they walked the streets of Pueblo, their conduct and business open to every citizen. No stain ever touched their name or business character. All in all, the Thatcher brothers were ideal bankers, fathers, husbands, and valued citizens."
Now, is that not a lot of pressure for one little boy to grow up with? But he did all right. Thank you.